Half-Life is a very important game, not just to me and others who grew up playing it, but to the industry as a whole. By today's standards, it might look like it hasn't aged well at first glance, but don't be fooled. For a shooter that came out in 1998, there are elements from this game that not only stand the test of time, but also hold up better than many games that come out today. It's not flawless by any means, but if you ask me, it comes pretty damn close. This game showcased an unprecedented level of world building, interactivity, and realism, if you can believe it. One of the main draws is that despite being story heavy, there aren't any cutscenes. Everything that happens through the eyes of the player, which is why it manages to be so immersive. But enough talk, because this isn't a shitty review, it's a shitty playthrough. You're watching Professor Philadelphia. Stop replacing Piper with other words that start with P. It's not fucking funny. Philadelphia isn't even alliterative.
Good morning and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security and convenience of the Black Mesa Research Facility personnel.
He appears in his own expansion pack and also Half-Life 2.
8:47 a.m. Current topside temperature is 93 degrees, with an estimated high of 105. The Black Mesa compound is maintained at a pleasant 68 degrees at all times. This train is inbound from Level 3 dormitories to Sector C test labs and control facilities. If your intended destination is a high security area beyond Sector C, you will need to return to the Central Transit Hub in Area 9 and board a high security train. If you have not yet submitted your identity to the retinal clearance system, you must report to Black Mesa personnel for processing before you will be permitted into the high security branch of the transit system. In the event of an emergency, passengers are to remain seated and await further instruction. If it is necessary to exit the train, disabled personnel should be evacuated first. Please stay away from electrified rails and proceed to an emergency station until assistance arrives. Hazard Course Decathlon will commence this evening at 1900 hours in the Level 3 facility. The semifinals for high security personnel will be announced in a separate secure access transmission. Remember, more lives than your own may depend on your fitness. Do you have a friend or relative who would make a valuable
Oh, that's not
addition
supposed
to
to
the
happen.
Black Mesa team?
What? What the
Immediate
fuck?
openings are available in the areas of materials handling and low clearance
Hang on.
security. Please contact Black Mesa personnel.
Here I was
for
talking
further
up this game,
information.
and then it pulls this shit
If
on
you
me.
have an associate
Hang on,
with a
I gotta...
background in the areas of theoretical physics,
Okay.
biotechnology, or other high-tech disciplines,
That's never
please
happened to me
contact
before.
our civilian
And I've played through this game at least like 8 times.
personnel.
This segment's kind of long.
Regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continued employment in the Black Mesa Research Facility. Missing a scheduled urinalysis or radiation checkup is grounds for immediate termination. If you feel you
You'll
have
see
been
him a lot.
exposed to radioactive or other hazardous materials in the course of your duties, contact your radiation safety officer immediately. Work safe. Work smart. Your future depends on it. Now arriving at Sector C test labs and control facilities.
And here we are.
Please stand back from the automated door and wait for the security officer to verify your identity. Before exiting the train, be sure to check your area for personal belongings. Thank you, and have a very safe and productive day.
Let's see a little quirk.
Morning, Mr. Freeman. Looks like you're running late.
He makes the noises with his mouth. Not in like the lore of the game, but like in the engine. Like technically that's just what the NPC is doing. He does it here too. He doesn't do it whenever it's like doing it on its own. He only does it whenever he's pressing the buttons. Here we are. So another one of the examples of interactivity that I was mentioning earlier is just like small things like this.
Get away from there, Freeman. I'm expecting an important message.
Hey, Mr. Freeman. I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess. They were having some problems down in the test chamber, too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
I wonder if I should run that test again.
My God,
what are you doing?
Come on, Gordon. You trying to get me into trouble?
Yeah, you can be a dick. You're supposed to go that way, but I want to show you something. Yeah, there he is again. So yeah, that's the G-Man. And I don't want to talk too much
Hello
about
there.
him. I'll just let his presence be known.
Ah, it's good to see you.
Here's another Easter egg. This is a microwave casserole, and this is mentioned.
Someone's hidden my glasses again. My God, what are you doing?
Yeah, you can ruin it. And this is a little reference that is mentioned in Half-Life 2 Episode 2, which comes out in 2007.
You'll just have to wait until after the test. Why?
You can do this shit too. So here it is.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV protective system for use in hazardous environment conditions. High impact reactive armor activated. Atmospheric contaminant sensors activated. Vital sign monitoring activated. Automatic medical systems engaged. Defensive weapon selection system activated. Munition level monitoring activated.
Now, where did I leave
Communications
that shutdown
interface
procedure chart?
online. Have a very safe day.
Yeah. So here's the player's locker. Freeman, Gordon Freeman. So these are both books. These are both real books that are written by Mark Laidlaw, who also wrote the story for these games, minus Half-Life Alyx.
Still nominal.
And you can find his locker here. All of the lockers in this game that you'll find are made like the last names are meant to represent employees at Valve who worked on this game. So, off the top of my head, I think Backman is Ted Backman, Mark Laidlaw, Bailey is Kelly Bailey, who did the music and the sound design for this game. And that's all that I know off the top of my head. There's a funny. So you notice these loading zones. That's it helps to make the game feel really fluid. It helps make everything feel like a real location because everything is connected, and that's something that wasn't ever done at the time, and I think it's really cool.
Ah, Gordon, here you are. We just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of a gamble, but we need the extra resolution.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather they went to some lengths to get it.
They're waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber.
This character becomes a major character in Half-Life 2. They updated. It's kind of hard to describe what they did to somebody who's new to the franchise, but I don't know if I ever get around to playing through that on this channel, then it'll become obvious then. But basically, they just turn some of these minor background characters into important main characters for the sake of the story. As mentioned previously, there are 3 expansion packs for this game, and I'd like to get around to playing them all on here.
Testing. Testing. Everything seems to be in order.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
And that's all you need to do, actually.
Very good. We'll take it from here.
Yeah, admittedly.
To stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, admittedly, this game
Seeing predictable phase arrays.
does have a pretty slow start, but it's a lot more bearable if it's like your first time playing through it. But like I said earlier, this is like the 7th or 8th time I've played through this game.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please, work as quickly as you can.
Overhead capacitors to 105%. It's probably not a problem. Probably, but I'm showing a small discrepancy. Well, no, it's well within acceptable bounds again. Sustaining sequence.
I've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon. It should be coming up to you any moment. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
And then resonance cascade.
It's not shutting down. It's not.
Tattoo this heavy breathing on your arm. Fucking creeps. These are bull squids, you'll see them later. are Vortigons. You'll also see them later. So, how to describe what just happened here? So this is a resonance cascade, which is a fictional scientific event where, basically, the fabric that separates different dimensions is, breached and torn open. Spouting a lot of sci-fi bullshit right now. But basically, now aliens are invading, from this little experiment that just went wrong. If you stay here long enough, this guy comes back, actually. Yeah, there he is. Welcome back, buddy. Can't say the same for that guy, though.
Why didn't they listen? We tried to warn them.
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one.
Gordon, you're alive. Thank God for that hazard suit. I'm afraid to move him and all our phones are out. Please, get to the surface as soon as you can and let someone know we're stranded down here. You'll need me to activate the retinal scanners. I'm sure the rest of the science team will gladly help you.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, these are head crabs, arguably the most iconic enemy of the franchise.
This magnitude is extremely improbable.
Yeah, you'll see them quite a lot. They're the first head crab you encounter in the wild. There's not really anything you can do about it, just gotta go. This guy dies. There's not... I mean, he could very well already be dead, but just, you know... It's just insult to injury right there. And here it is, the most iconic weapon of the franchise. The reason I got a crowbar in Christmas of 2019. Here's a tragic scene.
Gordon! Man, I'm glad to see you. What the hell are these things? And why are they wearing science team uniforms?
So, this is a head crab zombie. This is what the head crabs
What's
do
that stench?
whenever this is what the head crabs do whenever they latch onto you. They remove this in later entries of the game, but in Half-Life 1 you can kind of see a little skull imprint. You can see the eyes and the nose. They don't do that in Half-Life 2 or Alex, but I always thought it was kind of cool. You can also destroy corpses. You notice how he mentioned this, the stench earlier. So one of the coolest things about Half-Life is the AI is surprisingly advanced, and there's a lot of little subtle intricacies and nuances about them.
Let's get the hell out of here.
So they can, they'll smell corpses. Various aliens will actually, seek corpses and eat them. There's a... Yeah. So now
That has to change sooner or later.
now I have a little buddy, but, yeah, the AI isn't perfect. Yeah. I could kill him and steal that Glock he's using, but that'd be mean. I wouldn't want to do that. It's confirmed in Half-Life 2 that these head crabs, whenever they latch onto somebody, they feel everything, and they're completely conscious during the entire experience. So notice how there's a hole in their chest cavity.
Right now.
The head crab, it turns their hands into claws, and they rip open their own chest cavity, and they turn it into a maw so they can eat shit. And he can't go any further. Yeah. There's no way to... Oh shit. There's no way to go in there and save him. Yeah, there's no way to help this guy. But now we have the Glock. Yep. Yeah, that sound? That is a hound eye. These creatures are a little weird. They're kind of playful in a way.
Oh my.
No, don't go up there. Yeah. There's the G-Man again. Oh shit. Right click for the pistol just makes it fire a little faster. It's less accurate, but you don't really need accuracy if you're at like point blank range. So it's good for killing something really quickly. There's a Vortigaunt, hello. So you have to get up there, but there's no ladder, so you have to flood it. And then you can make it up here. Oh, I forgot to kill that zombie on the other side of the gate. Bunch of head crabs are gonna come pouring out of there. But you don't need them. Like to do a little cheating. Yeah, oh. Yeah, there's a bull squid. Now, you could hop from these pipes over onto that platform, but you can go in this vent here, too. Or this vent as well. But, we're gonna go in this one first. Grab onto the ladder. And now you can get out this way. But there's, like, if I recall... Oh, shit. There's some items in here. Nope, it's just the bottom area. So yeah, the bull squids, all the aliens come from Zen, which is this border dimension, right? Nothing is native to Zen. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's like a border dimension that separates all different kinds of alien worlds. Yeah, these bull squids are predatory to head crabs. So you can just let that bull squid kill the rest of the head crabs in this room for you, so you don't have to do any of it yourself.
Power 55%.
These are barnacles. You don't want to get caught on their little tongue, because then they'll suck you up. It's been a while since I've played this game, so a lot of what I'm expecting to see is actually only in the remake of the game. But, it's no big deal, because for the most part it's the same. There's like a bunch of hound eyes in one of these rooms, I think. Oh no, never mind. Again, that's exclusive to the remake. There's a way you can skip this loading zone, actually. And now you're on the outside of the elevator. That's just a neat little trick for you.
Greetings.
Yeah, I watched Desync. Funny.
Power 85%.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna end this here, since we're in office complex now. He's dying. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. And don't forget, there's no such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism.